Well, good afternoon, everybody. Very excited to introduce our next guest for In the Driver's Seat. Today we have Chris Walsh, president of Reynolds and Reynolds. Chris has been with Reynolds for 35 years and is focused on solving challenges facing automotive retailers and their customers, delivering opportunities that help each dealer partner be as successful as possible. Chris, welcome.
Well, thank you, Casey. It's great to meet you and great to be here.
Yeah, how are you today?
We're doing fantastic.
Good.
How are you?
Good. I'm doing great. Chris, we were just chatting a little bit off screen there. You guys just made a big acquisition in a cybersecurity IT firm, Proton. Do me a favor, talk a little bit about what that acquisition means to your company, but not just your company, but your customers, and what really was the strategy behind it?
Well, Proton is one of the largest and most sought after IT security firms in the industry. And, we're, really super excited about having them be, part of, the set of solutions that we bring to dealers. They serve a really important need for dealers, protecting their business data, protecting their consumer data, and, generally keeping their business running. And we think that, the growth that we've seen, with Proton combined with, our resources, our knowledge and our ability to scale, I think really affords us the opportunity to, bring these solutions to a broader, set of dealers across the United States and put them in a position to be compliant come December 9th.
Yeah, and it's cybersecurity is such a big issue now. It's also pretty timely with all the new attention on the FTC safeguards and rule amendments. How do you guys think this acquisition will help Reynolds dealers with those safeguards and the compliance?
Well, it's the safeguards legislation is really complex legislation, and there's lots of different pieces to it. You've got multi-factor authentication, you've got access controls, data encryption, data disposal, cybersecurity, training, penetration, testing. So lots of different pieces to it. And we think with Proton and Reynolds together, we now have a complete toolkit, if you will, of IT and cybersecurity, tools that we can now bring to a broader audience.
Yeah, and I personally know a lot of people that have been hacked, and I know that cyber hacking has cost businesses millions of dollars. Dealerships now becoming prime targets for these hackers. What kind of impact do you guys see this partnership having for your dealers?
Well, I think that the one thing I've learned about this is I think cybersecurity is one of those things that nobody thinks is going to happen to them, but we all know that every week, every day, across the United States, there's these kinds of breaches occur that have a potentially devastating impact to a business, whether it's a car dealership or a different business. And we think that the combination of the driving factors being the Safeguards Amendment and the requirements to get cyber insurance make it really complicated and make it something that I think that every dealer out there is really trying to figure this out. And you look at a car dealership and the complexity of a car dealership and the volume of information that they're storing. When I say information, I'm talking about consumer information, and a lot of that is very sensitive consumer information, and the fact that data has to be moved around internally and externally, and you've got third parties that are accessing the system, in and out. You got all this data movement, and it makes it really critical that people are protecting the consumer data as well as their data. And I think with the knowledge and expertise that Proton brings to the table, combined with the resources that we can bring, and we've got hundreds of associates ready right now to start going out and helping dealers implement the tools and products that they need to be compliant. And I think that combination of their knowledge, resources, and our resources is really a powerful combination.
Yeah, thanks, Chris. It couldn't be more timely. When you guys look, we're the back part of 2022, but as you guys look into 2023, what do you see as next for Reynolds? And, where are you focusing your attention when it comes to, your dealership partners?
Yeah, so we're really focused our attention in kind of three key areas. The first area is continue to do everything we can to bring the absolute, best products and services to our customers that allow them to be as successful and as profitable as they can possibly be. And a big part of that is, our Retail Anywhere strategy, which is taking those products and services and allowing them to interact and transact with their customers, regardless of where their customers are, whether they're online or in the store, or as we know, a combination of the two, and making it a very seamless transaction or seamless interaction, with the customers it can possibly be. So that's the first one. The second one would be, really try to be rooted in helping our customers be successful. And we're investing a lot in our customer success services area. In order to do that, we're operating our business in an entirely different way, one that I think is removing, focusing on really the things that help our customers be successful. And every interaction with our customer, every conversation has to be about, what are their business needs and how can we help meet those business needs through the utilization or the better utilization of our products and services. And I just feel like if we wake up every day and the first thing we think about when we wake up and the last thing we think about before we, pack it up for the day is how can we help our customers be successful, I think our organization will be successful. And the last one would be, kind of the industry relations part of it. We live in this massive, automotive ecosystem, and I think Reynolds has an important voice, and one that I think, has been silent for too long. And it's one that I want to put us out there more, and I want us to be, a contributor to, overall discussions that are out there happening today and will continue to happen about how we make, the automotive industry more successful and position it better for the future, than it is today.
That's great. And Chris, I really appreciate you being here with us today and discussing these important topics. Before I let you go, we got a couple of other questions. I'd like to get the audience to know our guests a little bit better. Are you up for it?
Sure.
All right. So you work in the car business. You could drive any car. What would it be?
Oh, wow. I'm not a huge exotic car guy or sports car guy. I'll be honest with you. The car I'm driving right now is the car I love to drive, and I'd pick that one. I bought a Genesis GV80 about a year and a half ago, and I love the car. I love driving it. It's fast. It's comfortable. That's the car I'm driving. It's the car I love to drive.
Yeah, those are great. All right. If you could have a business meeting with anyone, past, present, future, who would it be?
I guess I'd have to pick, my dad. I'm a little bit different in that, my dad worked for Reynolds and Reynolds for 33 years.
Oh, wow.
So we had about 8 years that we crossed over. We were both working for the same company. So I learned a lot from him. He passed away about 15 years ago. But if I could have a business meeting with anyone, it would be him.
Very cool. And I might know the answer to this next one then. If you could think of the most important mentor in your career, who would it be?
Well, he was the biggest. But there were a couple other ones. There was a woman that I worked for a long time. Her name was Terry Mulcahy. And she really taught me, the importance of helping your customers be successful and of, just working with customers, in general and focusing on your customers. And that's, really what I learned from her. And I've carried that with me, forever. And I just, always felt like I learned from her that, the customer is really the only thing that matters. And I've just kind of never forgot it. Then there was a guy named Ron Karlowski who I worked for in sales for quite a long time. And he's someone that he taught me everything I know about selling and everything I know about communicating and interacting with, car dealers. And without either one of them, I don't know that I'd be sitting in the chair that I'm sitting in. So I'm grateful to have had the opportunity to work with both of those people. But I've been influenced by, so many people, as I'm sure, you have, too numerous to mention, but I'm a product of lots of different people, helping me be successful.
That's great. What a terrific group. Well, Chris, thank you again. We appreciate you being with us, and hopefully we'll see you soon.
Thanks, Casey. Take care. Enjoy the rest of your summer.
All right. Talk soon.